Hello everybody, Ollamh here, and today I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk to you about a still ongoing problem. Now, 2 weeks ago, we did our Weathering the Front episode on Channel Awesome's problem with their copyright claim and everything going on with that. Now, that's all been cleared up, but interestingly, we actually wound up with a copyright flag on our channel for a game called Lumino City, specifically the music with it. Now, this is not the first time we've had to deal with this. Probably not going to be the last either. But I wanted to take a look at the way things were and the way things were dealt with before versus now. So we are going to be talking about a tale of two flags. Okay, you can knock that shit off. Anyway, the first tale starts off back 2 years ago on January 31st. Now, Octodad the Dadliest Catch had just come out from Young Horses Studios, and I personally was very into the game, wanted to play the game, but also wanted to do it for the channel. Now, the first episode of that series got noticed by YouTube's copyright department. And they sent a question saying, we're unsure of the legal rights you have to use this material. I referenced them to Young Horses Studios' webpage where they say that they allow Let's Plays, they allow monetization of Let's Plays. Couple days later, they came back to me and said, okay, so you have the rights to the game. What about your intro and outro music? And what about your intro graphics? Now, my intro graphics, I did myself. I took the pictures, I put them together with Octodad's stuff. It was a really bad Photoshop job, honestly, at that time. But that was cleared, and I told them that the music was royalty-free music from Incompetech by Kevin MacLeod. They came back to me and said, well, you didn't give credit to Incompetech. And I pointed out to him that yes, I did in the end credits, and gave him the exact minute marker and everything like that. At the same time, I also contacted Incompetech to make sure that I was within their requirements, and they said I was all good. So, finally it came around a few days later that their YouTube response team said, okay, everything's cleared, no problem, we look forward to seeing your next monetized video. Now, this part of the story takes place over 6 days. From the first contact with them saying, we're questioning your legal rights to use everything, to finally having everything cleared took 6 days. Now, 2 weeks ago, one of our episodes for Lumino City got flagged for copyright content. Not a full strike, just a flag, thank goodness. But I had already contacted State of Play, who make the game, and inquired about doing Let's Plays and monetizing it. And they said everything's fine. It may get flagged because they sell the soundtrack to the game on iTunes, and sometimes the music is picked up and flagged for copyright from the soundtrack. Now here's how it goes. I'm playing the game that has a soundtrack released on iTunes. Now YouTube recognizes the music from the soundtrack in my video and makes it a copyright claim. So I'm actually getting a copyright claim based on the soundtrack to the game that I'm actually playing. And if you followed that without a headache, congratulations, you have a very clear, logical, straight mind. Most people are going to have a headache over that. So that happened 2 weeks ago, and I responded right away, giving them a copy of the email that I got from State of Play, letting them know that I have full rights to this game, to play this game and monetize it, including the soundtrack to the game. And I have not heard anything from them in 2 weeks. What was cleared up 2 years ago in 6 days It is now 14 days, and I haven't heard anything from anybody. I haven't gotten an actual email from YouTube yet. Just the absurdity of playing a game and having my video flagged because it's connected with the soundtrack for the game that I'm playing is really stupid. But as far as I can tell, they have gotten completely rid of their YouTube response team, and it's all just an automated service. It's all just automated, and we have this really smart program that says, hey, you have a copyright claim. Do you dispute it? Yes? Give us all the reasons. We're going to contact these people, have them respond. There's no actual live person in the go-between. I've already talked to the people who made the game, got their okay on it, got the information as to why it might be flagged for copyright, and the only person that isn't on the same page, the only group that isn't connected in all of this is Google and YouTube. They are completely out of the loop, and there's no person there that I can talk to and deal with in order to explain what's going on and say, look, I'm in agreement. The creator of the game and the soundtrack are in agreement. You're the sticking problem. Your copyright algorithm is so screwed up that you are the cause of the problem. You are the only part of the entire situation that is a problem still. So, from a very personal experience, I can sit here and say, yes, YouTube has gone downhill in the past 2 years because they have taken actual living people out of the loop and think that their program, their algorithm program, is smart enough to know what to do, and it's not. I don't know if you've seen some of the pictures of the big Google offices and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, okay, those are great. Those are very, very extravagant. And I understand now why they can afford stuff like that, because they've gotten rid of actual people in their response teams and figure that, well, a computer can handle everything. All we have to do is set up the specific situations and everything will be fine. And it's not. So there is our personal experience of Google's copyright flags and the difference between 2 years and how much worse things are now. Hopefully, none of you ever have to deal with this. Hopefully, Google finally gets their heads out of their butts and says, hey, yeah, we need to get people back in the mix. We need to get actual employees, actual living people back in the situation so that different things can be taken care of. As always, thank you so much for watching. And stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio.